And look who we found. Jurgen Klopp has come out to join us on NBC. Thank you, Jurgen. We had a chat with Trent Alexander-Arnold, and he assessed the game and said, satisfied enough. Last 20 minutes, maybe not going to win it, trying not to lose it. Is that how you saw it?
I like the start of the game a lot, to be honest. That was exactly what I wanted to see. That's what we were working on. Controlled the games, scored 2 super goals, and had a lot of really good passing moments, all these kind of things. Protection was good, defending was good. We scored a second goal, disallowed, which is really horrible, honestly. Like, I didn't even think it's close, to be honest, from my point of view. And then everyone tells me, hey, usually I don't celebrate anymore, but this one I celebrated, so I will now stop again. And then we open the door for them. We lose 1 or 2 balls in moments where we should not. And that gives them a bit of excitement, momentum, crowd came up. They scored their 2 goals. And the main criticism for me today would be, we should have controlled the game better. We could have. So in the moment when we did that, we had 1-1 situations on the wing constantly. We had so many opportunities, but for some reason we couldn't. And then it's Premier League football. The other team is pretty good as well. And that's why we had our moments where we struggle a bit more. But it's fine. It's a point at Stamford Bridge. And as far as I know, that's a good result.
Okay. Dominik Szoboszlai, bought him for $76 million from Leipzig. We do our research and see that he's a player. What did you see in him, and what's he going to bring to your team?
How much dollars? What does the price?
$76 million.
Is the dollar that bad in America? Sorry. I lost you when you asked it. So, good player. Yeah, he's good. Yeah, he's really good. He has everything. To be honest, he has everything. I know him. I knew him, but since I worked with him, I have to say that he's even better than I thought. Because he has obviously the heart, which is very important. He has the skills, which is very important. He's smart. He can play different positions. He really can. And yeah. Today he came through this game, man. So we needed him. We needed him because you could see all offensive players were, they felt the intensity, let me say it like that. And so we needed one to stay on, and it was obviously him and Maka on the 6, obviously. So no, the 2 new boys did pretty well.
Just to follow on from that, Jurgen, there's a lot of talk about players that's left your midfield and the rebuild, etc., etc. How did you think it worked today? Because it just looked in the first half that you outnumbered them in midfield, you controlled the game, and then they kind of lost that little bit of control in the second half.
I would say if you do analyze a bit more, like in detail, that's just not possible during a game. I have to look at it as well. My feeling was that we will just be dropped too deep. So you cannot, the gaps they created. So what did they do? They put James high, they had Sterling the half space on the other side, the other boys. So, and that was, it's not easy, but you can defend the passes to them only when you step up in these moments. So the boy on the ball, whoever it is, Silva, Colville, whoever it is. And we didn't do that anymore. And that's why it means that they could find Sterling in between the lines and stuff like this. That's what they could turn. Then James was in behind. Yeah. All of a sudden, that's how football always is. The details make really the difference. And in that moment, we are human beings, and it's early in the season. So you can just see, okay, it's a bit hard, it's exhausting. So let's just stick together and deep. And that's against Chelsea, against each good football team, a real problem. And that's where we gave it out of our hands. And we told the boys in half time, always when we play, we have 1-1 situation on the wing. We have just to keep the ball, pass the ball. But even Maka lost balls in moments. Like, well, what are you doing? Come on, pass it quick. And these things that just happened. And it's, again, first game of the season. I wish we would have played 95 minutes like the first 25. We would have won clearly, I would say. But because it's football and there's another team, we have a point, and that's okay as well.
Jurgen, you talked about McAllister coming through the game today. He was playing a number 6 holding role. Do you see him there for a lot of times, or more in the number 8? What would you prefer?
Actually, I want him on the pitch. So I think that makes sense that he's on the pitch because he's just an exceptional player. He can play that. I understand 100% the discussions around that and all what's going on in transfer market and not and these kind of things. But Maka on the 6 was not our problem today. Not at all. It was rather one of our assets, one of the things we use pretty well. And left and right of him, obviously, Dom, Szoboszlai and Cody Gakpo, they both can play an 8. That's in a modern football, this 8 is a 10. So it means, yes, the times when a 10 doesn't have to defend. They are long gone. Yeah, that means there's not a real difference. We have to make sure that we, as a unit, close the right areas and all these kind of things, and then we will have to get the benefit of the offensive skill set of the boys, because that's obviously the idea behind, and that's what you saw in the beginning. You thought, oh my God, that looks really good. I was so happy that it didn't look like we met in the car park and before the game and just came here. So we worked on a lot of things. Some of them I saw today, and some we left in the locker and will use it against Bournemouth.
Jurgen, we've got 20 more seconds with you. I've got two very quick questions. One, did it bother you at all, Mo Salah annoyed when he came off?
No, it didn't bother me. It's absolutely fine.
And Caicedo, do we think it's gone for you?
I have no idea.
There you go. I asked for quick
Thank you.
answers. Thank you, Jurgen, for joining us. Appreciate it. Thank you, Jurgen Klopp. They're answering all the important questions despite the fact we were running out of time. Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host for NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. For even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock and be sure to tune in for Premier League mornings every weekend on USA Network and on Peacock. We will see you over there.